What's up guys, it's me Tiana, and today I have two amazing phones right here. I have the TECNO Spark 5 and I have the Samsung Galaxy A11. So what I'm going to be doing is highlighting the key features of both devices. I'm not really going to be doing any comparison or anything. So I'm going to highlight the key features, the prominent features or whatever you choose to call it, and then at the end you're going to make a choice for yourself which phone best suits you. So my reason for saying that I am not going to do any comparisons because both phones have very similar features ranging from their price range. Within the same price range, they have a lot of properties and functionalities that work the same way, so there is no comparison here. So let's go straight to our unboxing. So guys, this is the TECNO Spark 5 and this is the Samsung Galaxy A11. If you look closely, you can tell that the TECNO Spark 5 is very colorful, it's very nice to look at, it's very pretty to look at compared to the Samsung Galaxy A11, which is black and it looks a bit basic. It looks like every other Samsung phone that you are probably used to. It's not as glossy as the outlook of a Samsung phone normally. This one is a bit, would I call this matte? It's not very shiny as what you would expect from a Samsung device. So I'm sure that everybody is also used to TECNO's colorful phones. I think I've seen a series of TECNO phones that come in pink, orange, purple, and it's very nice, especially if you're a lady. I'm sure ladies love colorful phones, so this is very nice for a lady. As you can see, both phones have a dot-in display, so you can probably not tell the difference between both of them, but I'll tell you. This is the TECNO Spark 5 and this is the Samsung Galaxy A11. If you also look closer, you can tell that this one, the TECNO Spark 5, is a little bigger than the Galaxy A11. So normally for every Samsung phone, the Samsung phones before this one, if you pay attention to them, you can tell that at this top here, you would see that they have an Infinity V display screen or a U display screen. So this is the first time I'm actually seeing a Samsung phone with a dot-in display, but TECNO adapted. I think there are 3-4 phones that have the dot-in display, and this is very much preferable when you're using a smartphone because you have more screen space. If you want to play a game, if you want to watch a movie on your phone, whatever it is you want to do, you have more screen space to enjoy yourself, rather than if it had like an Infinity V display, it would probably mess up your screen here, or when you're watching something, it will cut it and you won't be able to watch it to the fullest. What we're going to focus on is we're going to focus on the camera quality of both phones. Is the camera quality good? Is the megapixel high or low? We're going to talk about the memory space of both phones. How much space can it take? What can you do with this phone? We're also going to talk about the battery life of both devices. How long can your battery last? Can you go long hours without a power bank and whatnot? And we're also going to buttress on the performance rate of both of these phones. The camera quality of both phones I won't say they are the same, but they actually have the same megapixel, but the outlook is very different. The TECNO Spark 5 has a 13 megapixel main camera along with 3 other minority cameras, including a zoom lens that goes ×8. The Samsung Galaxy A11 has a 13 megapixel main camera, and it also has 2 other minority cameras, one with the 2 megapixel and one with the 5 megapixel. If you look behind both phones, you can tell that it's very different. The TECNO Spark 5 has a quad camera. For those who don't know, quad means 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It also has an artificial intelligence lens. That is, if you go outside, you want to take a picture, your picture would always come out top notch, clear. It will help you, not really make you look at animated and mess up with your skin, but it would highlight your features properly. But everybody also knows that when you take a picture with a Samsung phone, the picture doesn't come out bad, but it's not really, it makes you look, it cleans up your face too much that you start to look very unrealistic sometimes when you take a picture with a Samsung device. Again, just like I mentioned earlier, both phones have a similar outlook. You see this dotting display here. This is a place for the selfie camera, and get it, both selfie cameras of the phone are 8 megapixel. That is, the TECNO Spark 5 has an 8 megapixel selfie camera, while the Samsung Galaxy A11 also has an 8 megapixel selfie camera. But you can tell that the outlook of both pictures would be very different. You should be able to spot the difference without me having to say anything about it. Looking at the memory space of both devices, funny enough, the TECNO Spark 5 and the Samsung Galaxy A11 have the same memory space. Both of them have a 2 gig RAM and a 32 gig ROM. So it makes you think, so what exactly is the difference between both phones? And get it, in as much as the Samsung Galaxy A11 has the same features as the TECNO Spark 5, why is it more expensive? The Samsung Galaxy A11 ranges from 58,000 naira to 62,000 naira, while the TECNO Spark 5 ranges from 49,000 naira to 53,000 naira. So think about it, why would you buy a phone that's expensive when it's the same thing with something more affordable? With the TECNO Spark 5 5000 mAh battery, you don't have to worry about taking your power bank everywhere you go, because I see a lot of people with their phones, they always have their power bank in their bag because, oh, my battery is going to die too fast. But if you use a TECNO Spark 5, with a 5000 mAh battery, you can go like 24 hours without even having to charge your phone, or maybe you don't have electricity right now and then you're scared that your battery is going to die too fast. This would last longer for you. So guys, just like I said initially, the TECNO Spark 5 is bigger than the Samsung Galaxy A11 because of the screen display, the screen space rather. The screen space of the TECNO Spark 5, it has a 6x6-inch dot-in display, while the Samsung Galaxy A11 has a 6x4 dot-in display. And you can tell just by looking at it that the TECNO Spark 5 is bigger. And then if you also look carefully with my hands, you can see that the TECNO Spark 5 has a firm grip. So if you're holding your phone like this in your hand, you don't have to be worried about it falling on the floor or slipping off your fingers, because yes, it's glossy, it's slick, it looks really pretty, but it's also firm. So you can even wing this without a phone case. So if you're strong at heart and you hold it, then you can wing it without a phone case. But then everybody knows how expensive Samsung screens are, and then they usually make their phones really flat, really tiny, really glossy. You have to be really scared. I'm telling you, you cannot use a Samsung phone without the case unless you're richer than Bill Gates or something, but you cannot, because when you break your Samsung screen, it usually costs more money than what you actually used in buying your device. So I'm going to be talking about the performance rate and the speed of both devices. The Samsung Galaxy A11, I'm actually pretty disappointed in Samsung because the phone operates on a 1.8 gigahertz, which is below the average speed that an Android device is supposed to function on, while the TECNO Spark 5 operates on a 2.0 gigahertz, which is, yes, just about how an Android device is supposed to function. So it begs the question of, if The Samsung Galaxy A11 is this expensive. It's pricey to the extent of 62,000 naira, and it has the same properties as a phone, more affordable. So why can't it just be within the same price range when it has a lesser battery life? It also has a lesser performance rate. So why is it so pricey? I don't know. You should make that decision for yourself, or whatever opinion you have concerning that is entirely up to you guys. So guys, we have come to the end of our highlighting for today. Remember that this is the Samsung Galaxy A11 and this is the TECNO Spark 5. You can see TECNO Spark 5 and you can also see Samsung Galaxy A11. So I'm Tiana and I'll see you on the next review. Bye guys.